Example 6 asks us to solve the absolute value of 3n minus 4 is equal to negative 1. So what this question is asking is, from a certain number on a number line, which point on the number line has a distance of negative 1 from that point. So we can find that center point by taking the expression inside of the absolute value and setting it equal to 0, solving for the variable. So we have 3n minus 4 is equal to 0. We'll solve for n by adding 4 to both sides of the equal sign. We'll get 3n is equal to 4. And from here, we'll divide both sides by 3. And we'll be left with n is equal to 4 over 3. So what this question is asking is, from 4 over 3, which is 1 and 1/3. So let's say here's 0, here's 1, here's 2. So from 1 and 1/3, right about there, which point on this number line has a distance of negative 1? Well, we cannot have a distance of negative 1. We can only have positive distances. So the rule is if you have an absolute expression that is surrounded by an absolute value and it's equal to a negative number, then the answer is always going to be empty set or no answer, because we cannot have negative distances. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to problem number 7. It says to solve this problem, 2 times the absolute value of h minus 3 is equal to 8. So to solve this, we need to have the expression involving the absolute value alone on one side of the equal sign, and we need to have the constants on the other side of the equal sign. Essentially, we're solving for absolute value of h as if it is a variable. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that over here. 2 absolute value h minus 3 is equal to 8. First, we're going to move our negative 3, so we add 3 to both sides of the equal sign, and we'll get 2 absolute value h is equal to 11, because negative 3 plus 3 is equal to 0. From here, we need to get rid of the 2, so we can divide both sides of the equal sign by 2. And we get 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times the absolute value of h is the absolute value of h is equal to 5 and 1/2. I'm dividing 2 into 11. That's 5 with a remainder of 1, so it's 1/2. Okay, so this is our equation. And using this equation, where we have the term with the absolute value on the left side of the equal sign alone, we can create a case 1 and a case 2. Okay. Our case 1, we are going to remove the absolute value. H is equal to 5 and 1/2. On the right side of the on case 2, we are going to remove the absolute value and set it equal to negative 5 and 1/2. And so now we can graph. And so what is this equation asking us? It's asking us which points are 5.5 units from 0. And why do I know the center point is 0? Because how do we find the center point? We take the expression inside of the inside of the absolute value, and we set it equal to 0. H is equal to 0. We solve for the variable. There's no need to solve for the variable. It's already done. So our center point is 0. Okay. So this equation here is asking which point on the number line is 5.5 units away from 0. And so we know that it's 5.5 on one end. And we also know that it's negative 5.5 on the other end. Okay. So what is our answer here? It is the set 5.5 and negative 5.5. So let's box the answer. And we have shown our graph.